Guys, what's happening? It's that time again to review and check out another Android box. Unfortunately, I don't know which company sent us this out, so whoever did, a massive thank you to them. I'm going to do the same thing that I always do. I'm going to look around the box, look inside the box and see what we get, and then I'm going to set it up and see how well it performs. So straight away, as you can see on the top, it's an OTT TV box. These are the people that have made absolutely loads of boxes. The ones that I've reviewed in the past have been done by these. Up here, you can see it says Multimedia Gateway Internet TV. Down here, we've got that it's a 64-bit and it does H.265. It's a 4-core CPU and it does 4K Ultra HD. It says it's got Kodi, which obviously is pre-installed. On the side here, you've just got the resolution, what it runs at. And the same on this. On the bottom here, we've got the same what was on the front and the sides, and same on the top. On the back here, it's a little bit different. I'm not going to read through this. I'll just let you pause it and you can read through if you want. Down here, it's telling you the model, which is a T95M. And it says over here that it's made in China. One thing I did notice on the front of the box here, it doesn't say T95M. If I open it, I'll show you what I mean, because it actually does say it on the product itself. So here's the box, and if we take it out, you can see straight away on the top. Take this off, don't need that. But you can see there, T95M and 4K. So looking around this, as you'll have seen on the front of the box, this lights up and it tells you stuff like the time, and it'll see if you're using Wi-Fi or the Ethernet, if you've got a USB plugged in and whatnot. On the right hand side, we've got a couple of different things. Don't know how well I'm focused on that, but we're going to press it. So this one is for your micro USB. This one is your OTG and your USB 1, your USB 2. This one is for your power, that one is for your AV, this one is for your Ethernet, your HDMI, and this one is for your SPDIF, and there's nothing on that side. Underneath, we've just got a couple of slots to cool it down, and this is just telling you your Mac. And that was it. It's a sort of matte material, whereas the sides are a gloss effect. And then if we go inside the box, we'll see what else we get, which is a normal adapter, or a UK adapter I should say. If you're in a different country, you'll probably see, oh god, I was struggling a little bit there, first time I've struggled. If you're not in the UK, you'll probably, if you're not in the UK, you'll probably be wondering what the hell is that, but this is the plug over here. I know in different countries you've just got like a sort of 2-pin, which is 2 little circles. It's a normal size plug, what plugs in, or adapter I should say. As always, you get an HDMI lead, which is this. And the remote is the older school one, it's not the newer one, these are the old ones. If I can take this out, I'll show you. This runs off infrared, it's not wireless or Bluetooth or anything like that, it's just like an old school one, which you can see there on the top. And it doesn't come with batteries, just in case you're wondering, none of them do. And this is what it looks like. There's not really much I can say with this remote. That's it though. That's what it looks like. If you've had an Android box before, you'll know exactly what they're like. And here you've got your user manual. It'll be in different languages and it'll explain loads of different things, but you don't really need to. There we've got different languages. So that's the English one, then first few pages. So now what I'm going to do is go and set it up and we'll see how well it runs. So we are back and this is what it looks like. It's just a pretty much regular setup now for Android boxes, what they look like running on 6.0. The introduction that you've just seen there, depending on how long you've been subscribed to us or if you're new to the channel, I did do a review on a video a few months ago called a T95Z, and the introduction was pretty much exactly the same, that video, apart from obviously the model being different. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you a couple of things that I've tweaked, meaning setup. The time was wrong and I've set that to the right time, and when I navigate around it made a horrible clicky noise, so I'm going to show you how to turn both them off. First off, if you go into sound and if you click on the one that says system sound and then just turn that off, that'll make rid of the horrible noise. And then if you come to this one that says digital sound, depending on what you're using, if you're using an AV receiver like a surround sound or if you're just using your television, If you're using a receiver, I'd click on auto detection, but at the moment I'm just using through me television, so I've got PCM, so that'll be fine for me. If you come to this one that says display, and you have a 4K television, you can turn the HDR on. If I come back out of this and I go to apps, you can see loads of stuff that's pre-installed. If you give it a second to load up, there you go, we're all loaded up. And I did add this one because I'm going to do a benchmark on it. You've got things like Facebook and Filemon and Kodi, Netflix, Skype, YouTube. Your Kodi, if you come into this, it'll tell you what version you're running, which is 16.1. The latest version is 17, but unfortunately the Pulse build what I use isn't compatible with 17, so I'm just sticking with 16.1. It's fine for me. So if I come out of this, and if I go to this one that says more settings, and if I come down to memory, which is the RAM, you can see I've only got 1 gig of memory. The internal is 8 gig, so that's what you can store, but you won't have 8 gig because obviously you've got your operating software and stuff like that. But this is just what it looks like, sort of old school kind of thing. If you click on about, as I mentioned, we're on 6.0.1. And if I press back again, one thing I did notice, this box doesn't have Bluetooth. Normally it'll come up saying you've got Bluetooth, but for some reason this one doesn't have it. So if I come out of this and out again and go into the apps, as I mentioned, I've installed that, which is my benchmark test and speed test. I'll tell you what, this is the first thing that I'm going to do, is go into speed test. I've already done a speed test. I've done a few actually, and I'll do one live as soon as this is begin test. So we're going to click on begin and let it do its thing. Unfortunately, it's not giving us me full speeds what I'm getting. I'm on 160 meg, between 160 and 165 I get, and I'm only getting 92 at the moment. So it's giving us pretty much, well, not quite half, but a little bit under. And the upload's fine. That always gives us what it should give us, 10. And then if I come down to this one here that says results, you'll be able to see the previous tests, what I did do, and they're all pretty much identical. So if you come out of this, and this is me Antutu, which I'm going to do a benchmark test. I already did do one, but I'm going to do it again, so you can see live. That was the previous score there, what just jumped up. I think it said 26. It did 26,500. So I'm going to test it again. There we go, test again. And as I always mention, I'm going to let this go to about 67%, and that's when I'll start it up again. This is usually where roundabout I start it up again, and it'll do the resolution, and then it'll do the processing and whatnot. So there you go, this is the resolution. At the moment it's running at 1080p. And then it'll just do the graphics and whatnot. So I'm going to shut my mouth and I'm going to let this run its pace. There we go, we're 100% complete. Unfortunately, it's a little bit slower than what it was. So I tell you what I will do. I'll take the previous reading, which was 26,500, just to make it fair on the product. And the same thing, what I'm going to do is what I've done in the last video. I'm going to check out my photo editing skills. I'm going to copy this screen, and then I'm going to add this score into whatever boxes I've previously done. So that'll be what pops up now. The final part of the video is on the bottom here. As you can see, I've got a few different add-ons. I don't know why I've got Kodi there, because I've got it there. So to change all these, if you want, if you click on the little plus, and then it'll open this, and where's the one for Kodi? There you go, it's got a little tick next to it. Anything that you can see has got a little tick means it'll put it on the main screen, so I'll put the file browser. Is there anything else? I'll put the Play Store, and then if I press the back button, as you can see, it's all changed now. And Kodi, I've already put the pulse build on just to save a little bit of time, to stop wasting people's time, because we all know it's precious. So I'm going to start up Kodi. And this is what the pulse build looks like. If you're not familiar with it, it's basically something that puts all the add-ons for your sports, your TV, and anything else really. If you come over to this one that says System, and you click on Video Add-ons, give it a couple of seconds to load up. And these are all the add-ons that you'd ever need. Every time you do start it up, it brings up this message. I just click Dismiss, and that's the end of it until you open Kodi again. So you can see there's absolutely loads of add-ons. If you do just use a couple of add-ons yourself and you're not really interested in having loads, you can just put the add-ons specifically that you want on. But what I'm going to show you is 123 movies. What's one of my most popular ones? So if I go to most viewed, let this load up. It's a little bit hitty and missy, this add-on. Sometimes it does work and sometimes it doesn't. You have to mess about with the URL. Film, what I'm going to play is Passengers. I'm going to click on that. I haven't watched it yet, but it's a one on my list. It asks you what you want to use, so I'm going to use 720. Some films do say 1080, but this one unfortunately doesn't. And that was me just pressing up there just to skip through the film. Every time you do press up, it'll skip through 10 minutes. Another really popular one is Zen. And we'll go to New Movies. And what shall we click on? We'll click on Finding Dory. And this one isn't a one touch. It's like Exodus. It grabs the links. So once this does do its little pace, you want to click the top link. If that doesn't work, click the next one down. There we have it. This is what it looks like. So as I mentioned, if you click the top one, this one should work. If not, just go to the next one down. And I'm going to do the same as what I've just done. I'm going to press up. And up again.
Done enough.
I have? Oh no. But
So if I pause that and stop it. And last but not least, I'll quickly show you a file what is running. So if I go to My Apps, and I go, actually no, I'll do it this way. I'll just go down here, click on File Manager, go to my Lexar, and we'll go to Keeping Up with the Joneses, just once. It says, do I want to resume? So I'll click OK. And that was that playing. I don't know if it's got sound or not, because sometimes it pops up saying Dolby Digital. So that's everything. If you need to know anything else, I'm going to put the link for the spec in the description. And thank you for watching.